Imagine a world where everyone shares equally in the fruits of their labor, where cooperation replaces competition, and where true freedom and equality are not just dreams but realities. Welcome to the intriguing world of socialism, a social and economic doctrine that calls for public rather than private ownership of property and natural resources. Under socialism, the state controls major means of production and natural resources to ensure equitable distribution of goods and services. But did you know that socialism predates Karl Marx? Ancient societies and utopian visions have long imagined such systems. Christian monastic communities and Robert Owen's 19th-century social experiments are early examples of socialist societies. Plato's Republic, Thomas More's Utopia, and Charles Fourier's Social Destiny of Man are pre-modern works envisioning ideal socialist societies. So, how does socialism differ from capitalism? Under capitalism, private ownership and free markets determine production and distribution. In contrast, socialism involves state regulation or planning to ensure that production meets the needs of the general population. And what about communism? While both are forms of government, communism predicts a violent overthrow of the ruling class, leading to a classless society. Socialism, however, is compatible with democracy and peaceful political change, presupposing the state's role in managing resources. The roots of socialism as a political movement lie in the Industrial Revolution, but its intellectual origins stretch back to ancient times. Early Christian communities practiced a simple form of socialism, sharing goods and labor, a tradition continued by some monastic orders today. Thomas More's Utopia combined Christianity and Platonism, advocating communal ownership to curb pride, envy, and greed. In More's Utopia, land and houses are common property, and money is abolished, allowing people to take what they need from common storehouses. The French Revolution saw radicals like François-Noël Babeuf advocating for the abolition of private property and common enjoyment of land. The term socialist emerged around 1830 to describe radicals committed to equality and envisioning a future without industrial capitalism. Claude Henry de Saint-Simon, a French aristocrat, was one of the first utopian socialists, advocating for public control of property through central planning. Robert Owen, an industrialist, believed that changing social conditions could transform human nature, leading to harmonious cooperation. Owen's New Harmony in Indiana was a self-sufficient, cooperative community, though it ultimately failed, taking much of his fortune with it. François-Marie Charles Fourier envisioned a society organized according to attractive labor, where people work voluntarily and happily. Fourier's phalanstery was a self-sufficient community where members shared ownership and wealth inequality was limited. Etienne Cabet's visionary novel, Voyage en Icaire, depicted a self-sufficient community combining industry with farming. Louis Blanc promoted state-financed, worker-controlled, social workshops, to guarantee work for everyone and gradually lead to socialism. Louis-Auguste Blanqui, a revolutionary, argued that socialism required the conquest of state power by a small group of conspirators. Pierre-Joseph Proudhon declared, "Property is theft," advocating for a society where everyone had an equal claim to resources. Despite the dedication, early socialists did not meet the full approval of Karl Marx, who labeled them utopian, in contrast to his scientific socialism. Marx and Engels believed that socialism would emerge from the clash of social classes, culminating in the triumph of the working class. Marx's theory was influenced by German philosophy, French socialism, and British economics, particularly the idealism of G.W.F. Hegel. For Marx, history was the story of struggles between classes over material interests, leading to the eventual establishment of socialism. Marx saw capitalism as both progressive and exploitative, creating the conditions for its own downfall through the proletariat's uprising. Under socialism, Marx envisioned a true community where people are free from necessity and exploitation, cultivating their gifts in all directions. Thanks for joining us.